What's going on, gamers? Clyde here with another first Descendant video, and we're going to be going over the new season 1 update. Devs just dropped a huge dev note on Twitter and also a Gamescom trailer from the Xbox stream. Watch that. That'll be at the end of the video so you guys can see the live reaction. But let's talk about this. This to me is playing with fire. So this is the schedule for the upcoming season 1 and when stuff is coming out. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing Ultimate Freyna there on October 30th. So if you're looking to run around with them cheeks, looks like we gotta wait. Let's talk about it. August 29th, your first update, you're gonna get the new Descendant Hailey and Hailey skins. Now I can scroll up here in a minute and show you what Hailey does. Trust me, she's a badass. We can show some footage right here from the Gamescom trailer that some of her abilities can tick for high damage, and her sniper shot can do huge damage. Invasion dungeons, we're going to be talking about those in a second. It seems like you can do these dungeons twice a day for full loot. Inversion reinforcements is a new seasonal content coming. That's going to be a new activity as well. Then you have Invasion season battle pass and ultimate weapons Gsxrclyde. We'll be showing what that is here in a minute as well. Unfortunately, we have to wait till September 26th for a new intercept battle, Deathstalker. Deathstalker looks dope. They show it in the trailer, but again, we have to wait. Ultimate weapon Frostwatcher, that weapon is going to be going with Gsxrclyde and Hailey. Could it be better than what we're already using now? Probably. And then you get a new ultimate skin and ultimate Descendant exclusive spawn effects. Moving on to October 30th, you could play ultimate Freyna and Freyna exclusive story, ultimate Freyna modification modules, Hailey modification modules, and new ultimate modules, highest difficulty infiltration operations, and a new vendor called ETA-0. If you're wondering what ETA is, it's going to be a new weekly vendor that's going to sell some parts and cool stuff of the game. Is it okay to give us drip feed? Yes, it's okay to do that to keep the game juicing until December with season 2 and doing mega dungeons. But now it's kind of pulling the community back, going, well, what are they going to do with season 2? Are we getting the mega dungeon in December, or are they going to stretch it out? So I think that some of these should be put in different order. Some of this stuff should be moved to the important August 29th update, and some of the other stuff that's not going to be used as much or less important should be pushed down the list, because it's going to make people very, very upset. I'm just giving you guys my first thoughts. Bungie did this, and look where they're at. Bungie did this, and they walked it back. They said, hey guys, we're not going to do this again. In the future updates, we will drop all of our stuff at once so we don't give you drip feed. Nexon's playing with fire here. There's still hope. We got a week till the 29th. Do I think they're going to make any drastic changes and jump the gun? No, but September, they could jump the gun and give us more, so we'll see. Yeah, we're going to talk about what season 1 includes. It gives us any invasion features with the new episode, along with invasion events, new Descendant Hailey, ultimate Freyna, ultimate weapons, new intercept battle Deathstalker, and a seasonal exclusive progression system called Inversion. Reinforcement season 1 invasion will be releasing throughout 3 updates starting on the 29th. When the invasion season begins, the invasion event will occur daily in 2 of the hard infiltration operation dungeons. In the dungeons where the invasion has begun, you can start by selecting the infiltration operation or the invasion, and the invasion event can be cleared twice per day for each dungeon. Again, maybe it's really good loot, so they only want us getting 2 runs a day, but we'll see. Invasion dungeons will put your skill and wits to the test. To hold back the Descendants, Herald has built a defense system with different mechanisms to each legion. These dungeons are solo challenges that feature different routes, puzzles, and strategies on normal dungeons, where your objective is to fend off the invasion as quickly as possible. It would be really cool to see these as team play as well as matchmaking, just because not everybody can solo hard content. So now we're going to be talking about Hailey, as we know that she's like a chill admirer of Gsxrclyde who can manipulate chill at will. We're going to be going over some of the cool skills that they've shown. First is the cryo rounds. It's absolutely insane. Fires a cryo round that automatically tracks an enemy and deals damage and inflicts cryo, which deals additional damage along with Hailey's firearm damage. We all know what happens when you stack plenty of multiplicative buffs to your skill and weapon damage. We could do some high output numbers, so I think this might be a huge DPS character for support, and if you have someone in the fire team to buff her even more, could be a good bossing character as well. Now we're going to talk about how we pull out this bazooka. Like, this thing's insane. It's called a Storm Snare. Like, it just comes out of nowhere, and it fires a freezing beam that unleashes a chill vortex around you and knocks back enemies, and it inflicts cryo on enemies that take damage. Next ability is Cold Fury. Hailey's movement speed gradually decreases, but her firearm and skill critical hit rate and firearm penetration all increase significantly. So this could be like the button you press to like set up your buffs and stuff. And then we got Zenith. It replaces Hailey's, look at the sweep, replaces Hailey's weapons with her ultimate weapon, anti-material sniper cannon, penetration of the anti-material sniper cannon and firearm attack greatly increases and deals additional chill skill damage. This is going to be dope. It just comes out of left field. Recovers MP upon successful attacking weak points and decreases the cooldown the more bullets you have remaining when the skill ends. So before we even talk about her even more, this is what I don't understand. Look at October 30th, Hailey modification module. So if I'm reading this right, are we not going to have her modules until then? Are they not going to give us her Descendant modules till then? I really don't know. That's what it looks like. I hope not, because the weapon we want to use with her is called the Frost Watcher, and we can't use that till the 26th. So this, stuff's just not making sense to me right now. So now we're going to talk about the Inversion Reinforcer for seasonal progression. The Descendants can now gain new abilities through the Inversion Reinforcers. They show this in the Gamescom trailer. It seems like this is going to be like a Diablo seasonal system, to where, like, you guys know how you can play Diablo and get like buffs for your gold drops and XP. That's what it seems like these perks are going to be. When you unlock these for your Descendants, you can choose what stats you want throughout the whole season. This is pretty dope. So Hunt improves the Descendants basic stats. Attribute improves the Descendants attribute resistance. Recovery improves the Descendants recovery. Survival, you receive a defense buff that activates under certain conditions. Season receives an effect that is useful for invasion dungeon. I'm looking at just the attribute resistance. That's going to be juice. Inversion reinforcement is a progression system that only lasts for the season. You can learn the inversion reinforcement effect using the Iron Heart particle, which can only be earned by clearing invasion dungeons or being active in the hard difficulty fields. You could choose 3 of the effects that have been unlocked. When you unlock all 4 of the effects on a line, you automatically acquire that line's collection effect. Collection effects are passive effects that always have applied during the season. This means that if you unlock all inversion reinforcement effects, you can utilize 3 selected effects and 5 collection effects from each line in battle. Again, I think that's something cool they're adding to the game. Just brings something different and brings more possibilities. Talking about Ultimate Freyna, they're gonna tell her backstory. Can't play her right off the rip. We gotta wait. It's time gated. I don't understand it. Let's talk about those new ultimate weapons. We got Gsxrclyde, a powerful and versatile ultimate weapon. This assault rifle arrives with this update. Also acquirable as a free battle pass reward. Gsxrclyde charges voltage when attacking enemies and uses charge voltage to fire energy grenades. I guess we'll see how strong this thing is gonna be. It's hard to take down Eternal. That assault rifle is so strong, but hey, I'm all about charging a grenade up while firing and shooting it at enemies after you charge that grenade. I've never seen a gun like this before, so it's kind of cool to see something new. Frost Watcher. Acquirable through gameplay, this scout rifle reduces an enemy's chill resistance and increases your chill skill damage each time you hit an enemy at long range. So this is going to be perfect for Viessa and Hailey. Deathstalker is going to be our new intercept battle. They did show some footage in the Gamescom trailer. This boss looks insane. It moves around so much. It's going to be like the anti-Lepic Mega Man build boss. Looks like it moves around. It's got the chains like pyro and some debuffs, and yeah. We might need Divinity. I don't know what's going on, but this boss looks cool, and I'm excited to see the new mechanics. Hopefully the loot is good, and maybe a new component set. In Season 1, the highest difficulty of the infiltration operations will be added. It's a proving ground to test and polish your optimized builds. Form a team or challenge yourself to more difficult infiltration operations. In public matchmaking, you can prove the strength of your Descendants and acquire loot. It can only be obtained in more difficult infiltration operations, so it's going to come down to whatever they tie the loot behind. Is it going to be worth it? So the ETA-0, this is very important. This is going to be a new vendor in Albion. Every time he visits, he's going to show up with a variety of products that can be purchased with exclusive currency. I think they're just going to put a new currency in the game. It's definitely not going to be pay to win. With each visit, he brings different products since he visits Albion, and blueprints for Descendants and ultimate weapons, and occasionally hard to find consumables. Don't miss out on visiting ETA-0. Again, never seen a vendor like this. Really good for the game though, since they're not introducing trading yet. They want to give people a way to get maybe a little bit of help, maybe get an ultimate bunny or an ultimate glade piece. Who knows? Big changes for void fragment and fusion reactors. Void shards required for the fusion reactor have been consolidated into a single type. Now the same type of void shards will drop from both void fragments and the fusion reactor within the same battlefield. This change enhances the convenience of farming void shards and optimizes the monster placement of representative void fragments for each attribute. So that's good. The fusion reactor now requires void shards when using the reconstructed device rather than the start of the mission. This is so players don't accidentally use their materials when they don't. I know I've done this before. I've hit like my reload button on accident and started it again, but hey, all good. When you're doing those dungeons and you're trying to get those double amorphous material drops, we've always said that presets would be good. So now there's going to be a 0%, a 125, and a 250%. I feel like they should have dropped it down a little bit, because the average run I use and the community uses is like 210, 220, 230 to get that sweet spot, to get that perfect score. To get the double drops, I think 250 is a little excessive, but hey, if you don't want to sit there and keep spinning the wheel to get the 220 or the 230, you could pick 250. It's not too bad now though, because they took out some like grapple hook and stuff. So socket types. So we've been waiting on this. We wanted to know when they were going to bring this up again. Once you assign a socket type, that socket type granted to that slot is permanently saved. So you can easily change it to a previously granted socket at any time. So if an example is you have an X on your weapon and you change it to an M, you're always going to have that X saved, and then you'll have a drop down to switch it to an M. So this is going to be an easier way for them to bring in diversity in builds. Theoretically, you could just juice one character and put every single slot in each socket, so you can have a big unified build, but that would take some time. But this is a way for them to introduce it into the game to make it easier for players. I know that I've had 2-3 different builds on my bunny and my Glade to where I've needed 2-3 socket changes. So to do this, it shouldn't be too bad. You just change 2 sockets and call it a day. Also, something I want to add on this. Right now, we're running into a problem where we are grinding nonstop for weapon XP and character XP to reset them and try different builds out, but we need more of an XP farm. That Valby farm really spoiled us. And now we're just sitting here like, what do we do? Bunny cave, non-dimensional farm. You don't want people setting macros and going AFK and stuff. We really need an XP farm. Not as crazy broken as the Valby farm, but something to meet us in the middle. There's farms in the game right now that you can go from 0 to 40 in about an hour or less, but it's like watching paint dry. Looks like Jaybear's turret's gonna get an improvement. I know a lot of people have been wanting to use him in endgame. I don't know how many times they buffed him now, but hopefully this is gonna give him a chance to be more viable in the game. Blair's Pitmaster skill is gonna be improved and enhanced based on the number of flame zones. Again, I don't want to sit here and break down the whole paragraph, but again, stuff like this, when we're seeing what they're going to be buffing on characters, we're just going to have to test out before and after the patch and see what we like. Ajax is definitely getting a buff, so watch out. We already know that Ajax is really good in keeping people alive and resin people, so him getting a buff to orbital barrier and our hypercube skills are now affected by the attribute resistance. Pretty much going to have more survivability. Ajax build coming soon, right? Here's a huge one. Dismantling items in combat is now available. So all those times you wanted to dismantle all your junk in combat, that's a thing now. So when I'm reactor farming and I'm running around and there's a lot of drops on the ground, I would really love to push one key and pick everything up. But we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect scrap button. You just hit one, collect all, and delete your junk, and you can just keep going. Faster farming, faster breakdowns. That's gonna be dope. Hopefully that's changed soon. We're gonna watch this Gamescom trailer. You're gonna see me react to it. A lot of good stuff with these patch notes that I just went over, but I'm kind of worried, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully Nexon knows what they're doing and we're in for a ride. But we're always gonna be grinding. We love this game, and I'll see you guys on the 29th.
The wait is over. Let's have a look.
Turn the ship around. We'll put it back.
Can we fight this guy yet?
We managed to fend off our enemy's large-scale attack, but the war is far from over. The Colossus still threatens us, and our enemies are plotting new strategies. Can Ingress ever find true peace? Has Corel really given up on the war?
He ran.
After Corel's fleet disappeared, the Vulgus began moving from deep within the dungeon.
Oh, this
to
guy
raid
looks
the
tough.
Ancestors' facilities in Ingress and reclaim the outpost.
Ooh, do you think that was
Detecting
mechanics
this,
right there?
Ingress immediately dispatched a scout. That scout's name is Hailey.
Yep, new wifey, right? In game, of course.
Who rose from a supply soldier in the guerrilla unit to a legendary sniper, is now a newcomer in the Descendant Corps. Ruthlessly eliminating enemies with her anti-material sniper rifle.
Bro,
She
that
dominates
looks
battles
tough.
with her ability to drop her body temperature and emit cold air when her emotions run high. When shooting from a distance, her weapon's critical hit multiplier increases,
What?
making her an excellent fit for sniper rifles.
Oh, dude,
She
she's gonna be
possesses
bad.
Sub-Zero bullets that fire multiple
Look at
shots in an
those.
instant, and a storm snare that pushes back and rapidly cools down enemies in front.
Okay.
Above all, Hailey's specialty is switching to her anti-material sniper rifle and firing a single incredibly powerful shot.
Wait a
stronger
minute.
than any
Hold
other
the
attack.
phone.
Rapidly cools down.
Please tell me it
enemies in
wasn't
front.
normal mode and I'm not getting baited like a
Above all,
TikTok clip.
Hailey's
Look at
and
the
firing a
ticks.
single
249s.
incredibly powerful shot
Oh!
than any other attack.
It's normal mode.
In Season 1, the Vulgus launches a new strategy, the Invasion. Invasions occur randomly in 2 dungeons of the hard difficulty infiltration operations.
Ooh.
Players can choose to enter between the existing operations or the invasions. Invasion dungeons are only available for solo play, testing the strength of the Descendants.
Solo play
Vulgus
dungeons.
Legions will block the Descendants with different defense mechanisms. The quantum field creates an immortal state, impervious to physical attacks. The resonance shatterers cause massive explosions with the energies of RK and the Iron
So these
Heart.
can be done twice a
The
day,
Keeper
but I don't
tunneling
know how
connection
people are
device
going to feel about
maintains
it.
a powerful security system. Invasion dungeons present new mechanics that disrupt the Descendants' operations. Solve these enemies' mechanisms and swiftly eliminate them.
I like that.
Invasion dungeons are designed for speed runs, and the faster you clear them, the greater the rewards that await.
Wait, what if we want to play at our own pace?
After
Forcing
coming
us to
in contact
speedrun,
with
right?
The Iron Heart, Descendants experience an RK resonance phenomenon. This resonance grants the Descendants new powers. It's the season growth inversion reinforcement.
So these are like your
Inversion
seasonal buffs.
reinforcement is a new growth system that resets at the start of each season. It includes 5 types: hunting,
This is cool.
attributes, recovery, survival, and seasons. Through the inversion reinforcement,
That's
Descendants
cool.
gain beneficial effects for progressing through seasonal content, and can also obtain effects that compensate for their weakness. Each season, we plan to tailor and replace the inversion reinforcement effects, providing effects that perfectly fit the seasonal content. In addition to a new Descendant, a new Ultimate Descendant.
Why
will
they
be
always got to
introduced
start
in
with the
Season
cheeks,
1.
bro?
Ultimate Freyna, who has evolved RK's toxicity into a more
Always.
powerful weapon, will make her debut. In Season 1, you can discover Freyna's exclusive story and uncover the tale behind the name of her skill, Room Zero Trauma. Excava is an assault rifle with powerful versatility.
This is the
It
one.
can be obtained
This
through
charges
the
its
battle
like
pass,
own
and is
grenades.
also available as a free reward. Excava charges voltage when attacking enemies and has a unique effect of firing the charged voltage as an energy grenade. It is a versatile weapon that combines the inherent versatility of an assault rifle with a powerful shot. Frost
Is it gonna
Watcher is a
replace
scout
Eternal
rifle that
Willpower,
can be
though?
farmed through the Season 1 content. When hitting enemies from long range, it reduces chill resistance.
That gun's
and
tough to
enhances
beat.
the damage of one's chill skills, making it a perfect fit for Viessa and Hailey.
Yeah, so this is going to be like the new Viessa and Hailey weapon.
You've prepared a new Descendant, ultimate weapon, and inversion growth. It is now time to face the most powerful Colossus, Deathstalker.
What is that thing?
Deathstalker lurks in the darkness of the void, targeting the life of Descendants.
What the
It is
hell?
stronger than any Colossus encountered so far. To protect Albion from the threat of Deathstalker, we must once again venture into the void, unravel
Oh,
the
man, it's
mysteries
moving.
within the darkness, and intercept Deathstalker.
It's the anti-Lepic
The
boss.
first Descendant's first season begins on August 29th with Hailey, a new Descendant, Ultimate Freyna, and the new Ultimate Weapons. New episodes, dungeon content, and void intercept battles await you in Albion, Descendants. The first Descendant, Season 1 Invasion. Play for free.
Play for free.